The man accused of shooting and killing his ex-girlfriend at Shelby Farms Park denied a plea deal and will go to trial in July. Jackson Hopper previously pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. He was given an extension until today to change that plea. Action News 5's Michaela Redmond live outside the Shelby County Jail with more, Michaela, about other decisions made in court today.
Joy, Hopper had several outbursts in the courtroom that Honorable Judge Carolyn Addison shut down immediately. Despite pleas from his family to take the plea deal, Hopper rejected it. Judge Addison says there will be no future negotiations.
You will not disrespect this court or disrupt these proceedings. I'm out of time. I'm out of patience.
Judge Carolyn Addison fed up after not one but several outbursts from accused murderer Jackson Hopper. Hopper also rejected a plea deal of 40 years, despite being given time to speak with his family, who told him to take it, and his attorney Leslie Ballin, telling him a jury will most likely convict him, and he could face life without parole.
My goal is not to waste the time of the court. My goal is to enter into a plea of guilty concurrently for all charges.
That's not the option.
That is what I'm prepared to plead guilty to. If it is not that, then I have no choice but to plead not guilty.
The reason? Hopper wanted Tipton and Dyer counties to also be included in the plea. Monica Timmerman, the assistant district attorney, says the offer to Hopper was meant to spare the victim's family the emotional turmoil of a trial. She says they've been ready for a trial since October of 2024, when Hopper allegedly shot and killed Ellie Young.
They are clearly traumatized. They continue to endure the ongoing trauma of having to testify about events and events leading up to her homicide, solely to seek justice for her and do right by her.
And as the judge shut down any more chances for a deal, Hopper's trial is set to begin on July 13th. Reporting live at 201 Poplar, Michaela Redmond, Action News 5.